Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe SI Talk und Sie sehen schon, ich bin auf der Messe Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. Hinten kommen immer mehr Leute rein, also es ist wirklich voll hier, zu meiner Überraschung. Und ich habe hier eine neue Firma und zwar heißt die Firefox Gold. Karl Löfberg ist der CEO.
Yes.
And I forgot my glasses, so it's tough to read for me. Yeah, I don't know too much about your company. I know you are in Finland.
Yep.
And you are from Finland.
Yes.
You have a Swedish name, but you are from Finland.
Yes.
And what I learned is 6% of Finland have a Swedish background.
Yeah, there's a Swedish-speaking minority in Finland.
Great. I don't know it, but I learn every day. I learn something new. So, and the new what I learned also in the interview is about your company. So, what you're looking for, and I think it's gold.
Yes.
It's in your name.
Yeah.
We know also in the past or the last 3 to 6 years, we see that Finland, Sweden, and so on going as a sweet spot also for the exploration, mining.
Yeah.
Not only in Europe, I would say also worldwide. And I saw this also in your presentation that Finland is ranked in the Fraser Institut very high. I think
it's actually number one at the moment. So we've been in the top 10 for the past 10 years, but we've been number one many times.
And for a middle Europe guy like I, is really hard to understand. And you know, everybody loves products and cars and steel and everybody knows it's need material to produce, but nobody wants a mine in their backyard. But Finland and Sweden is a little bit different, I think.
To some extent, yes, and the whole legislation is extremely transparent, so it's very easy to operate, it's easy to do exploration there. And one thing which to us Finns is a bit surprising is that supposedly we're the happiest country as well, on top of number one in Fraser Institut. We're not that happy, I think, but obviously we're content because everything is very transparent and it's very easy to operate there. Infrastructure is absolutely stunningly good in Finland, easy access to all the places. You have forest roads, so it's very easy to access the properties.
Also to people that know the business and get people also to do the work?
Yes, we have a fully Finnish team, so we have 5 geologists and 1 technician headed by Petri Peltonen. Petri Peltonen is our exploration manager. He was the exploration manager for FQM, so he had all of Europe under him, 6 countries under him, so we have an extremely good team. And we haven't effectively missed a single day of exploration. Our group as a whole, we've been doing things for a longer time, and Petri's been in the business for 30 years. But we haven't, like I said, missed a single day of exploration. We do actual field work the whole time, desktop work. We don't need to deploy sort of a winter program or a summer program, have subcontractors, because we're Finns, we actually live there. So it's very efficient.
Okay. Coming to the project itself, do you have more project or you have a key project in what you're working on it?
We have a flagship project, Mustajärvi, which would probably translate into Black Lake. Okay. And we are the largest landholder in Lapland. We are concentrating our exploration into Finnish Lapland, and we have effectively Agnico Eagle. They own the Kittilä gold mine. And maybe a little bit of history about gold exploration in Lapland. Finland has effectively been open for the past 24 years for foreign investment into exploration. So before Finland joined the EU in 95, foreigners couldn't own more than 20% of a mineral asset, which effectively meant that it was only Finns. It was Outokumpu, the state-run mining company, and GTK, the Geological Survey of Finland, who have done an absolutely outstanding job. I think that Finland is still the only country on the planet which has, for instance, airborne geophysics for the whole country. It took 36 years for the GTK to do it from 1970 to 2006, but the sort of geological databases are top class, the number one in the world as well. But Agnico Eagle bought the Kittilä assets in 2005, and their main goal was to put the mine into production. So they were concentrating on that, and they got the mine in Lapland into production in 2009, a bit less than 10 years ago. And at the same time, completely separately, Anglo American made what I would say Finland's best ore discovery. They discovered Sakatti in 2008, and it is better than Outokumpu. It is stunning ore body, but it takes a little bit of time to develop it. It is on a Natura 2000 area, environmentally protected area, but that happened 10 years ago, and this actually ties into the gold exploration scene, because 10 years ago FQM and Anglo American, they staked the vast majority of the greenstone belt in Lapland. Naturally Agnico had this stake there as well, but they held the ground for half a dozen years. And during the downturn between 2012 and 2015, the majors let go some of the ground. Long term, it's comparatively expensive to hold ground in Finland. And that's when the juniors came in. Mark Bennett's company, S2, came in, and it effectively started in 2015. So there hasn't been a chance to do actual regional gold exploration from a competitive junior point of view until in the past 3-4 years. And another company made a major boulder discovery, and all of a sudden the world's eyes is actually on Finnish Lapland for gold. And we as a group, we've been operating in Finland. I've been managing exploration campaigns for the past 13 seasons, summer winter seasons. Alf Björklund has been in Lapland since the 90s. Petri's been in the business for 30 years. So we naturally are very familiar with it. And we also thought that we might sort of hit the bottom of the precious metals market in 2016 when we started to set up Firefox, and we established the company in 2017. So we are a public Canadian company, but we just got listed now in December, less than a month ago.
Okay. Come to the flagship project. How this project looks like and what you're planning for the next 6 to 12 months?
We started drilling on the project, so drill results, we should release them short term. And we do have a number of projects. We have more than 1,300 square kilometers holding. So we have also the Yesia project, which we have a 43-101 report on, and we're doing work there currently, doing similar things at Mustajärvi. We just want to fine-tune the drill targets. I think that it's an absolutely stunningly fantastic situation. There hasn't been, like I said, too much gold exploration in Finland. Our chairman, Patrick Highsmith, I met him 15 years ago roughly. He was working at that time for Newmont. And they were evaluating 15 years ago the possibility of buying the Kittilä mine and so on. And he realized 15 years ago that there's been less gold exploration drilling in Lapland throughout the history of the country than Newmont drills in 1 year in Nevada. Okay. So that's how under-drilled the country is. And this has only been possible for the past 3 years from a competitive perspective. So I really believe that this is the beginning of the beginning. Some of the other juniors have been sort of catalysts, but we are Finns, we live there, we really know how to operate there. Bang for buck, I would say that we are by far the most effective team, and I think that we'll reap quite a bit of the benefits.
Shareholder structure from the company?
We have about 29 million shares out, trading roughly at 30 cents, roughly having a market cap of 9 million Canadian dollars.
And how are the biggest shareholders in the company? How much have the management?
Magnus Minerals is a major shareholder, so brief background. Magnus Minerals has had a number of good gold projects which were effectively vended in through an option agreement, which I would say that was very favorable to Firefox. So Magnus in that way is a major shareholder. Magnus shareholdership, management and so on own more than 30% of the company. We do, even though we are a small company, we have 6 or 7 institutional shareholders also, and like I said, just did the IPO, so a few hundred shareholders in the IPO process as well.
Okay, Karl, thank you for the first introduction to your company. Good luck with all the stuff what's going on. Ja, es war jetzt eine erste Vorstellung von Firefox Gold. Es geht um Finnland. Finnland und deren Goldproduktion. Ich habe auch wieder einiges gelernt, und zwar, ich habe nicht gewusst, dass man vor 1995, bevor Finnland zur EU gegangen ist, eigentlich kein Ausländer wirklich dort ein Projekt betreiben hat können. Er hat nämlich maximal 20% kaufen dürfen. Nach dem EU-Beitritt sind natürlich dann die Ausländer auch rein. Er sagt allerdings auch, das Government hat einen sehr guten Job gemacht. Finnland dürfte laut seiner Meinung nach das einzige Land sein, das eine MAC-Survey gemacht hat für das ganze Land. Das heißt, man hat sehr, sehr gute Daten, wo man schauen muss. Und er hat es dann auch relativ ausführlich beschrieben, dass natürlich die Großen reingegangen ist. Dann hat es natürlich den Bärmarkt gegeben beim Gold zwischen 2011 und 2016. Da sind einige, haben das Land verlassen von großen Firmen, weil im Long Run ist das Halten der Minenlizenzen relativ teuer, und sie haben die Chance genutzt und haben dann quasi 2015, 2016 Projekte reingenommen. Generell muss man dazu sagen, ist Finnland zwar vom Service sehr gut, allerdings absolut underexplored. Es gibt einige große Companies, die reingegangen sind, Agnico Eagle zum Beispiel ist reingegangen, und allerdings sind die Grundvoraussetzungen, dass man Gold dementsprechend findet, relativ stark. Sie haben einige Projekte dort akquiriert. Und jetzt geht es darum, dementsprechend das Ganze zu finden. Sie haben einige Bohrergebnisse schon da, beziehungsweise werden in nächster Zeit veröffentlicht, und da wird man dann dementsprechend sehen, welche Projekte das man macht. Generell muss man natürlich sagen, ist Finnland extrem minenfreundlich, ist momentan als Nummer 1 gerankt beim Fraser Institut weltweit, muss man dazu sagen. Das heißt Minenfreundlichkeit, man kriegt auch die Leute, es ist kein Problem, dass man dort arbeitet, weil sie sind selber Finnen, die wissen einfach, okay, es ist auch kalt da oben, aber das ist ja ein tägliches Brot sozusagen, das Wissen, was da ist, und wir würden uns wahrscheinlich dort erfrieren, die nicht. Und das ist eigentlich eine ganz interessante Sache. Aktionärstruktur ist sehr niedrig, also 30 Millionen Aktien sind ungefähr draußen, sie sind seit Dezember erst gelistet. Größte Aktionäre, das Management hat um die 30%. Also Brand New Story, schauen wir mal, was rauskommt, aber Finnland ist absolut auf dem steigenden Ast, wenn man sich die weltweite Produktion auch anschaut. Das war's von Vancouver, Firefox Gold, Jänner 2019. Tschüss und Baba. Thank you.
Vielen Dank.
Oh. Ui, deutsches Abschlusswort.